What is going on, everybody? We are back on it. Excuse me, Vinland Saga, episode 3. Patreon members, you guys should be seeing this March 8th, the same day that we launched the first podcast episode. So, Patreon members, you'll be getting this and the hour plus long Naruto podcast discussion. Coming off of last episode, I don't know how deep it runs up kind of the ranks, but it looks like there's a plot to kill Thor's. I gotta remember the names. I'm gonna keep messing these up. I know they're in the description. Let me, Thor's and what's the kid's name? Thorfinn. I'm gonna keep messing those up. I keep wanting to say Thor. Um, there's currently some kind of plot to kill him. I don't know if that goes all the way up the ladder to the king, like sent them out. Hey, like I don't even know if the story was fabricated as far as their men being attacked and all that kind of stuff. I think that was real. And if the king really did send them out on this mission to find him, to find Thors, did the generals below put this together themselves to kill him and then go back to the king saying we couldn't find him, or we did end up finding him and he was dead, or he refused and tried to, kill us, so we had to put him down? Or does it go all the way to the top? And then I guess the question is why? The only reason I can think of, even if it comes from the top or they're kind of colluded amongst themselves, is because he deserted them, way back when. And they're still holding a grudge with that. They don't want to be under his command, whatever might have you. So I think the plan is to wipe out the entire village that he's living with. So in the near future or future, they don't have to worry about, a bunch of men from the village that they killed coming to hunt them down or be a thorn in their side. I mean, the village they live, they're not in some like established country where they're gonna just can send thousands of troops. They're just in this small little village. But I mean, you still never know what that might grow to. Maybe they decide to support the enemy or whatever it is. Well, you don't want any kind of loose ends, so just kill them. They invited Thors and all the pretty much able-bodied fighters in his village. I think the plan is to kill all of them. Just to not have any loose revenge ends. But judging by the opening, unfortunately, I think Thors is going to die. I hope he doesn't die right here. Like, I don't know if we're going to hit some, like, Ned Stark type stuff from Game of Thrones, where, like, Thor starts off at the main character, and you're like, okay, I like him, I can get behind him, and then before we even really get into the story, he's killed off, and then who knows what kind of catalyst or, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for, what kind of things that'll set off in motion with, because piecing those together just from the opening, if I had to just think of what's going to happen from the opening, it looks like Thors does die, and then Thorfinn grows up on some, like, revenge type shit, and he only has one goal in mind, to kill those who killed his father. Like, you see Thorfinn grow up in the opening I think it's him, I'm pretty sure it's him, turning into this like badass little kid that learns how to fight and do all this stuff. And he goes from like a kid to looking pissed off, which to me looks like he's only motivated by revenge. I wonder if he's going to be told a different story. Maybe he ends up being told that his father did die in battle, and he trains to become a soldier himself, and then he finds out maybe when he gets to the top that, like, hey, your father didn't die in battle, he was killed by his own men. People maybe he's become friends with or grown close to, and then has to make a decision on kind of what to do. I have no idea, but if we're just going, I'm just trying to piece together how Thorfinn ends up being this badass kid with no father around, with no guy, because I don't think his father would want him to follow down the same kind of like war-ridden path that he took. So for the only way for that to happen is if Thor is out of the picture. Maybe Thor's off in war. I don't know. But I don't want to go too deep into speculation. I feel like we should just go ahead and start it and get to going. By the time you guys are seeing this on YouTube, I think I'm going to keep early access on Patreon. Keep like about a 2-episode lead. I know Full Metal we got like way far ahead. I think with Full Metal I'm about 6 to 7 episodes ahead of what you guys are seeing on YouTube. So you guys should be seeing this on YouTube. Let me pull up a calendar. This should be coming up Not next. You guys should be seeing this around like the 22nd of March. Next week, YouTube, you'll get episode 2. So when you guys are seeing this on YouTube, on Patreon, we're 2 episodes ahead. So we're on episode 5 by the time you guys are seeing this. So if you're interested in any early access stuff, it'll be there. If not, don't worry. It'll, things will get there when they get there. But if you're interested in supporting, there's links here. There's links all over the place. Get at me on Twitter. And we'll go from there. So Vinland Saga. I was really intrigued by last episode. It really drew me in there with kind of, setting up for the war and kind of everything that's happening. And then now we got some kind of like coup d'etat, stab him in the back type thing. Does he see it coming? I don't know. Let's kind of see what happens from it. So I'm watching it on YouTube, as always. Pressing play on the episode, Vinland Saga episode 3 right now. Why does he want him killed is the question. Thorste. That's what I'm saying. He's like well thought of to them, so why? Oh wow, so it never was about bringing him back. It was always about killing a deserter. And they finally found him. That's what I'm saying. If you want him killed, you should do it. Why won't you do it, huh? Exactly. Why didn't they just kill him in his home? You had him there. Why didn't you do it? You were too scared? He couldn't do it? He didn't have the balls to do it? I don't know why he wouldn't do it himself. You guys had a full armored, you had a good 50 men with you? You could have overpowered him and killed him and everybody in the village. But he chose not to. Why? He can't bring himself to actually do it? Or why? Hey, if you're not going to do it yourself, you can't really decline the request for the payments and everything. Alright. There's now a bounty out on that man's head. Oh shit. Okay, well, judging by that, I'm guessing the whole kind of, hey, come back and fight with us, the king wants you, all that was a lie, a ruse, a mirage to kind of bait him to where he's going to end up meeting or being killed. But like the guy said, it's been 15 years. But I mean, back then, I mean, shit, even now, if somebody's wanted for a crime, it's been 50 years. I don't think that expires. So is that the reason you spent all this? Like, I'm guessing that's him right there, right? That's Thorfinn in the opening on the boat. This is the kid. Um, is it? I mean, it has to be him, no? Um, yeah, I have a feeling Thor's is gonna die, unfortunately. But then I had the same questions as the other guy. If you wanted him dead, you could have killed him in Iceland. You had, what, 50 armored men against women, children, and men who have never fought a day in their life. So why didn't you do it? He didn't give a reasoning on why he didn't or why he couldn't. Clearly, if he's been wanted in 15 years and you came across him, I'm guessing you would have killed him. So why didn't you? I hope we find out their reasonings, but let's see. Here we go. Got that bento box. Better make sure Thorfinn's little ass doesn't sneak on that boat. Everybody out here trying to propose to her ass, or what? Good God, everyone's coming to say goodbye to her. Is she the only teenage to 20-year-old female in the whole village? All these men are gonna die. Only 5 are going? Good God, I thought they were taking the whole village. There's a lot of able-bodied men there. About to say, they can't man 2 ships with 5 men. Maybe Thor's knows it might be a trap. And he doesn't want it to affect the whole village if they all get killed. Thor's has got to know this is possibly a trap, right? I hope we don't get the Ned Stark treatment and he's dead. I mean, I kind of want it for the story because it'll give me that like no one's safe finish, but she better not go tell that secret if that's true. That's smart. I mean, because they're literally going to their death. Is he gonna see his son before? They're never gonna see each other again, are they? And he's gonna regret it the rest of his life. It's gonna be a driving factor. So he's going in there alone. I guess it's better than getting them massacred for no reason, but you're not gonna have any diversion, help, or anything. And he never saw his he never sees his family again. Holy shit. He's got to say it in front of everybody. I don't think he's coming back. He's still rowing better than them. Y'all better keep up. He's rowing as much as 5 men. The little boy's gonna come running to the dock, isn't he? Did he see them off from afar at all, or what is he doing? Do they know what any of that is? Oh, fuck. He's gonna witness his father die. Even more revenge. Jesus. Here we go. Every time I hear somebody scream ocean in Japanese, it makes me think of Attack on Titan and Armin. Floki is hiding a lot of shit. So he doesn't have to be killed. Okay. That's what I'm thinking. It didn't come from the top down. He could. Mm-hmm. Because it'd be too risky. Yeah. He doesn't think his own man can do it. Yep. Yeah, if Thor ends up cutting down 10 of his men, then how do you explain that? Dude's smart. He's helping fill in the question marks that I had. Who's his voice actor? That sounds so familiar. It sounds like Madara or somebody's voice actor. I'm gonna figure that out. I just need to hear him speak a little bit more. Well, now I really hope they send their asses back. Or I hope Thorfinn just isn't running around by himself as an orphan the rest of his life out here if his dad dies and he doesn't get shipped back home. You don't want those problems, man. He didn't get to see her. Look how young he was. Bro, you're about to drop her ass. Oh. So he was married to his leader's daughter. He didn't say king, though. We're getting way too much backstory and flashback for this man not to die. That's when he started to feel. Yeah. Yeah. Is there any way he comes out of this alive? Unless dude declines the job or decides to not go through with it fully, then. Oh god. They're not gonna. There's nobody at all. And they're about to get ambushed. It's too late. Yeah, it's too late. And now he's got to worry about protecting his little ass the whole time, too. Now they can't go back. They're stuck. I was about to say, they have no choice. What about the little kid? Yeah, your little ass wanted to come along. Well, here we are. And we only have one abled. I mean, we don't have one abled fighter because, I mean, they're young men, but we only have one person that's worth a damn. Oh, God, here we go. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to go. They're stuck. He's gonna piss himself in 2 seconds. Yeah. None of them are. It's wild to see Thor's not like. I mean, I'm sure he's worried, but we're not getting his internal thoughts like, oh shit, my son's here. What can I do? What am I supposed to do? How do I get out of this? You know, panicking. He's just he's hitting that John Wick. He's like, I gotta go back. He's like, I tried to leave the game and the game pulled me back in. Now I gotta fuck shit up. Here we fucking go, boys. Get them all, mate. I hope he chops this man head off in one. Did he just leap that in a single bound, or? I mean, he definitely didn't run on the water. He's gonna try not to draw his sword, I bet. Just straight hands. Alright, dude, you said you wanted to go in. Go in there. Do what you gotta do. That's not the up. What the I feel like that was 2 seconds long. That was 23 minutes. Oh my god. Alright, well. I mean, it was just your classic setup episode. There wasn't really much to. Wasn't really new information that we got. Other than this stuff at the beginning. What's our guy's name? Do we know what our guy's name is? I don't think we ever got a name. We know Floki is the backstabber assassination. I guess kind of all we got from this episode is kind of what we got from the beginning, which is kind of what I had pre-episode. Is this kind of assassination coming from the top, like the king down, or is this some kind of internal thing? Does the king even know? Does the king even care? Number one, that Thor's is out there alive, you know, living. Does the king even care? Does he even know? How did Floki even find him? Has he been searching for him for 15 years, going from coast to coast to coast all around? Did he get word that he was there and then he's like, oh, we need to go kill him? I don't know what the grudge. Basically, that's pretty much it. I don't know what the grudge is Is it agreed upon between Floki and all his men? Like, hey, we're trying to assassinate this man. Is it just Floki acting on his own? Um, and then whether all his men are in agreement, either it's just him. The main reason is why. Is he afraid that, I don't know, maybe the king got word or others got word that, hey, one of the best fighters we ever had almost two decades ago is alive, well, and healthy. And the king was like, let's bring him in. We need him. We got under attack. Let's bring him in. And maybe Floki doesn't agree with that. Maybe Floki thinks he'll have to serve another leader again. Maybe he doesn't want to be bossed around or answer anybody other than the king, obviously. Or maybe Floki just, I don't know, because our dude here, the same with me, he doesn't buy the excuse that, oh, he's a deserter, he needs to be kind of, killed for deserting type thing. So what is the reason? Because like he said, he's probably no match for the other people in his kind of company. And there's no way Floki comes up with a good excuse if he returns. If he even returns, Thor's could kill all of them. Maybe, possibly. But let's say he has, like we said, 50 men on him at the time. And Thor's is able to cut through 15, 20, half, if not come out almost alive. And if Floki has to return and only has a handful of men, how do you explain that? If you say you lost and you got attacked, you got to blame it on somebody and blame it on where and how it happened. If you don't go with that, you have to admit what happened. And then if it wasn't a direct order from the king, then why are you out there looking for this man trying to kill him? That's basically what it comes down to, is why does Floki want Thor's dead? And is it just coming from him? Like he's got some secret super revenge mission? Are there other people in his ranks involved? It doesn't look like it's coming from the king. And then if he wants him dead, why doesn't he do it himself? Type thing, if he doesn't think he can do it. But, I mean, he was sitting in that man's house with his men. He wasn't even armed, Thor's. They could have killed him right there and maybe came out losing one man. And back in those days, I mean, you could blame losing one or two men on anything. Infection, dysentery, scurvy, whatever. I mean, losing one or two. I don't know. That's pretty much the biggest questions from the episode is why Floki isn't doing it himself. Why is he scared? What is he afraid of? And the reasoning behind it. I don't, it sucks that Thorfinn is on the boat as well, because I think Thor's gonna, I hope he doesn't. I like his character, and I want to see some more of his physical feats and the things he could do as a warrior, and kind of the direction he goes as a character. But I think he is gonna die. Right in front of his son, too. But in the opening, the son is like riding around with our man here. So I don't know how that happens if they kill Thor's, Leif, all the men and just keep the little kid alive. He's like, well, I don't kill women and children. He's like, I don't want you to be an orphan, you can come with us type thing. But even if he does that, he's going to grow up with resentment and hating you until he becomes old enough and is able to acquire the means to then kill you. No matter how much you appear to like a father figure for him, help him out, help him grow, teach him, when he becomes of age and is strong enough, he will kill you, given the chance. So I don't know how that's a win-win situation for him at all, even if he doesn't kill women or children. But in the opening, I think we see them riding around together, like almost training, working together. So I don't know. I guess we'll kind of see how it goes and leave it there. That honestly felt like it went by in 0.2 seconds. I mean, we didn't really get much. It was just them kind of riding on the boat and then them getting trapped, and then here we are. So we'll see what next episode has to bring, and we will go from there. So hopefully you guys enjoy. I'm excited to see next episode, and we'll go from there. Help us reach 6,000 subscribers. We're slowly creeping there, so I appreciate all the support with that. And enjoy the rest of your day and weekend. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,